Greetings, my liege. Though I am but your humble advisor, I dare to request that you allow me to acquaint you with the fundamentals of governing your realm. As a ruler, one of your key responsibilities is issuing orders to your subjects by sending them directives by letters. I suggest exploring this avenue by giving commands to your general. As you could see, your orders were delivered by the royal messenger, who had embarked on a perilous journey from the capital to your general. The road is full of dangers, with no guarantee of safe passage. Fortunately, the messenger successfully reached his destination and has just returned with a report from the general. The information about the commander has been promptly amended. This is particularly important because the knowledge you have access to might be outdated, thus requiring regular updating. This time, I have taken the liberty to show you the report immediately. Should you wish to read any of your letters at your convenience, there is a correspondence repository which enables you to do so. You can engage in various actions with your letters, such as searching through them at your discretion, setting diverse options regarding their visibility, or sorting them for order. Allow me to briefly highlight that the state's treasury is located here. Bankruptcy must be averted at all costs, for it will lead to rebellions and downfall of your realm. Taxes are collected in the capitals of regions every month. The main expenses incurred by the state are related to maintaining generals and spies, as well as costs of construction and recruitment. Now, let us move on to the topic of regions. These administrative entities, shaped from clusters of cities, collectively form the very fabric of your realm. The beating heart of each region resides within its capital. These centers of power are essential to the governance of your lands, for it is within them that your orders are carried out. All the general information concerning the region is compiled here. Regarding military matters, it is vital to note that troops can only be stationed directly within regional capitals. Information regarding the region's buildings, their current state, and the ongoing work carried out on them has been gathered here. The third tab is reserved for the region's steward. Due to the current absence of the regional administrator, this tab remains inactive. We will temporarily set aside this topic and return to it later. The third tab is reserved for the region's steward. Due to the current absence of the regional administrator, this tab remains inactive. We will temporarily set aside this topic and return to it later. Truth be told, the region under our scrutiny is currently facing quite a challenging situation. Therefore, it would be wise to undertake appropriate actions aimed at improving its condition. A splendid achievement, maintaining a high level of contentment within the region is paramount, as a significant decline in satisfaction could lead to rebellion against your rule. Now, let us delve into the matter of the military. It would be most prudent to explore this subject by focusing our attention on the forces under the command of one of your generals. All information about the general and his troops can be found here, starting from the numerous attributes of the commander and ending with the detailed parameters of his army. The martial strength of your country rests upon the shoulders of your steadfast soldiers. Your troops assume the roles of various units, each with distinctive combat traits and recruitment requirements. It is evident that the troops of your general are relatively few. Therefore, a wise approach would involve bolstering their numbers, ensuring their preparedness for potential military actions. is what one calls an army. With such strength at our disposal, we shall undoubtedly find ourselves better equipped to deal with our adversaries. This, indeed, is what one calls an army. With such strength at our disposal, we shall undoubtedly find ourselves better equipped. Now, we shall discuss. What is this? We've just received a report about approaching enemies. As a measure of defensive strategy, it would be wise to deploy your general to the capital. As a measure of defensive strategy, it would be wise to deploy your general to the capital of the invaded region. In that location, the defensive prowess of his troops will be bolstered, and he will also have the full support of the regional capital's garrison. Furthermore, within the region, you can also order fortification to further bolster your defensive forces. For an even mightier defense, you might consider issuing orders. For an even mightier defense, you might consider issuing orders to dig a moat or erect walls. Nevertheless, the time is too short for such undertakings now. But enough of this idle chatter. The enemy is at the gates. We must rally to defend our homeland. Though the enemy did attack our capital city, our preparedness ensured victory against the invaders. I strongly urge you to explore the battle report for a clearer understanding of its unfolding. losses suffered within our ranks, we prevailed in safeguarding our territory and dealt a significant blow to the enemy's forces. The next topic I would like to discuss with you, my liege, is espionage. To better grasp this intriguing subject, I advise you to commence by exploring the pivotal role of spies. Is to gather information regarding foreign cities and forces, accomplished through intercepting letters and undertaking specific missions, mainly within foreign territories. Only your spies are visible on the map. Unfortunately, enemy agents remain elusive to us. Additionally, all spies, be they yours or adversaries, are at constant risk of being exposed while carrying. Furthermore, the missions undertaken by spies typically require some time. Therefore, I believe it would be beneficial for you to exercise your patience by dispatching an agent to infiltrate the enemy region. no spy has evaded detection and successfully completed the mission, conveying to you a comprehensive report about the infiltrated region. This report provides you with hitherto unknown insights into our enemy's regional affairs, encompassing population, military, administrative matters, and architectural details. To fully grasp the scope of a spy's mission, I encourage you to personally orchestrate a series of espionage operations. Truly, my liege, your adept command over the enigmatic realm of espionage stands as a testament to your unmatched resourcefulness and strategic brilliance. Let us now shift our focus to offensive military endeavors. The most effective approach in this case, my liege, is to proceed forthwith to action. And as fate would have it, near one of our cities, an enemy general has been spotted, presenting us with an opportunity to attack. report from the general has reached you, detailing the course of the battle. We have emerged victorious, overcoming the enemy. A report from the general has reached you, detailing the course of the battle. We have emerged victorious, overcoming the enemy. I shall also mention here that the course of the battle is primarily influenced, as expected, by the soldiers engaged on both sides, the attributes of both commanders, the stamina of both armies, as well as the battlefield terrain and the weather conditions. Now that we have covered the fundamentals of engagements, we can shift our attention to the topic of city conquest. conquest of smaller towns requires time. While securing control, battles with enemy generals may ensue as they attempt to thwart the seizure. This time, fortune favored us, for no opposing army was stationed in the city as our forces entered. Your general has successfully taken control of the enemy town, weakening the enemy's presence in the region. Reluctantly point out that this conquest only slightly amplifies our influence over these lands. Therefore, it would be wiser to direct our focus towards the regional capital. As you can see, I have advised you to initiate a siege upon the capital. Another viable strategy is storming the city, which enables you to swiftly take control of it. Yet, it comes at the price of significant losses within your ranks. Conversely, a siege, while admittedly more time-consuming, minimizes the toll on your forces. As you can see, I have advised you to initiate a siege upon the capital. Another viable strategy is storming the city, which enables you to swiftly take control of it. As you can see, I have advised you to initiate a siege upon the capital. Another viable strategy is storming the city, which enables you to swiftly take control of it. Yet, it comes at the price of significant losses within your ranks. Conversely, a siege, while admittedly more time-consuming, minimizes the toll on your forces. The besieging army can be attacked by the defenders of the city, who might try to break the siege. This, however, works to your advantage, for in doing so, enemy forces will be compelled to face us outside the city's fortifications. This will significantly weaken their strength and morale. As you have witnessed, upon taking control of a regional capital, you have the choice to either occupy or plunder it. While the enemy weakens, your realm grows mightier. The lessons learned from this swift offensive will undoubtedly prove invaluable. It seems to me that now we can turn our attention to the topic of regional stewards. To begin with, I must inform you that only generals have the privilege to assume this esteemed role. Presence of a steward can positively influence the overall development of the region. This, of course, hinges upon the attributes possessed by the steward. Yet, the principal role of the steward is to fulfill chosen responsibilities within the governed region. By doing so, your official will ensure the continued development of the allotted lands. As for you, my dear lord, you will no longer need to personally oversee the advancement of these lands. Of course, first and foremost, it is essential to delineate the scope of duties for the newly appointed steward. You retain the options to reinstate your officials as generals at your discretion. With this, we conclude our discussion on stewards. Their presence will assuredly facilitate the management of your... Let us now discuss the Academy, a distinguished establishment where the recruitment of generals and spies can be realized. As you can see, there are 3 available general candidates, ranked from the least capable to the most skilled. Their attributes, upkeep costs, and hiring expenses are listed for your consideration. Here, in turn, you may enlist spies. The process functions precisely as it does for generals. Given the available vacancies, I would recommend conducting additional recruitment. As you can see, the recruited general has promptly appeared in the capital of your realm. That essentially concludes this matter. At most, I could advise you not to overlook the limitations of your treasury when recruiting new commanders and agents. I believe it is high time we delved into the invaluable art of diplomacy. In this era of knights and kingdoms, honing the craft of negotiation is the key to navigating treacherous feudal politics. All your knowledge about the diplomatic relations of your county with other states has been gathered here. At this moment, the perspective of your country is visible, but if needed, you can alter it to delve into the relationships of your adversaries or allies. Left side, you will find the pacts. They can be mutual, benefiting both sides, but they can also be unilateral. Keep in mind, my lord, that this does not apply to wars and truces, which are always treated as mutual agreements. On the right side, you will discover insights into the individual state relations, their one-sided disposition towards specified nations, and the overall level of mutual rapport. Armed with this knowledge, you can now proceed further. ensuring their safety during journeys, so you need not worry about them falling in. In conclusion, diplomacy is the basis of international harmony. Practicing it is essential to prevent conflicts, build bridges, and maintain stability in the local arena. I believe and sincerely hope that I have thus covered all that was necessary to prepare you, my lord, for your role as the ruler of the country. In case of any doubts, you can seek support in the information provided within the views related to individual pawns or the tabs within. I shall not detain you any longer. Thank you for your attention, and farewell, my noble lord. History is yours to be written.